welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It is Thursday, Large Project Thursday. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Glad y'all can join us if you're watching us live, or if you're watching us later. I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join our pages. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Tonight I started with it just laid out. I figured I'd give it a few minutes here to start with to kind of show it off right now. Then I'll roll it up and we'll start working on it. I got nothing done on it since the last 2 weeks ago Thursday. Since we didn't stream it last Thursday, I got nothing done on it. I kind of sucks, but I have gotten a lot of other stuff done, so I mean it's good in a way. But that's where we're at right now. We're at line 144 of 202. So we're closing in on getting done with it. Getting there, getting closer. So I'm going to go ahead and start rolling it back up. Figured, like I said, just give a little show off beforehand. It'll be easy to cut. Like I said, I'm only using the one camera for doing a time lapse of it, so it just makes it easier to not have all the other cameras going. So, get the rings back out here. And we'll start getting going on it here. Hopefully we should be able to finish up this H tonight. Make sure I've got everything handy. Kind of had everything in the way, and okay, yeah, I believe I'm ready to go. Alright. Just need to double check everything. And I'm just going to get into some greens here. I was hoping to get about an hour or two in on this earlier today, but I didn't finally get this out till it was about 5:30 my time, so 2 hours before the stream, 2 hours ago. Finally got the table cleaned off where I could get it back out. Got it out, and then I still need to take care of some other things and all that. Then the starting of the stream, you know, there's always that. It's always a little bit of a process. So. But I do have laser work going tomorrow, but I shouldn't need this at work area space, so I should hopefully get some more done on it this next couple days. As planned. I've had that planned before, though. We'll see how the plan works. Spend all the time making plans that never plan out right. I don't know how many times I'll make plans for this and that. You still get stuff done, but nothing that was in your plan beforehand. Oh, yeah. Let's get that going before I wait too long. It was a pretty productive day overall for the most part. I got 2 more of the bracelets done we were working on last night. Did another Byzantine order bracelet. I only got about an hour in on my DVD video work though, which is kind of a bummer, but figure I'll probably get a little bit more in tonight on that. I'd want to do more here, but I need to get in and making all the menus and going through all that stuff, you know. How your lead into all the videos go and all that. It's taking me a little bit longer than I wanted to. I have in past years had that done beforehand, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. It didn't dawn on me. I normally have my one that I made up for doing the uploads that I make to YouTube for them. I have that one that I use all the time because of just doing the video. But for the DVDs, I always do something different, and so yeah, I've still gotta finish that. Little pile over here. But I did post some more pictures today of some more laser etched tags and scales. You have to check those out, the flame ones. I did some kind of where the flames are kind of white, and then I did an inverse of that where the color of the scale is the flame color with the white background, kind of. They came out pretty good. I like them. You can do all those on scales, tags, rounds, squares, dog tags, whatever it might be. Showed off a few of the new things I got last night. I just got them like an hour and a half before I streamed last night. I got the yo-yos and the wooden USBs, the windproof lighters, the change trays. I'm going to use some for chainmail trays myself, though. It's kind of my little testing kit of stuff that I got, just to try out new things, see if it'd be cost effective, and have a little fun with things. See if I want to buy them in more of a bulk for selling purposes. Let's look around. Everything's going good. Good. It's been a good week for the internet this week. I kind of haven't had any issues. Wife and kid haven't yelled at me saying, "Hey, what's going on with the internet?" It's been a good internet week. And where did the wood go? Alright. You can keep it up. I'll get used to it again here in a couple weeks. It'll start crapping out again. Then I'll start debating again, switching it providers like I have been for the last year. I should just finally just switch and say screw it. Probably be happier in the long run, but to do that, have to change everything up. I just am not looking forward to doing that again. It's always a pain in the butt. I got a ding-a-ling on the phone. Hopefully it's not a ding-a-ling that'll be ding-a-ling and all. Well, that's a double ding-a-ling. I don't like double ding-a-lings on the phone. I'm gonna have to go grab it probably. I know I'm streaming though. It could be somebody else though. I've been chatting with a band parent today, so looking at what we might do for senior gifts. Kind of like the coin idea I had, but he didn't seem too keen to it, I guess. So, oh, I got my hat in there. Whoopsie. Okay, it was a double ding-a-ling, but nothing important, so hopefully I'll stay more out of the hat side this time. And now's the time that I've got a nice enclosed trailer for doing shows and stuff, but now I almost wish I had just a little bit bigger of just an open one where I could go haul things around a bit, because we've got this store here in town that it's a Habitat Humanity restore. I don't know how regional they are or whatever, but basically people donate things to them and they resell it, and it goes to the funds to help the project, the Habitat for Humanity project. But they got these cool freaking L-shaped desks that can be adjusted up and down, that are really cool. Hey Barb, good to see you. Good to see you. And they're like 5.5 foot long from here to here, and 5.5 foot long from here, and they kind of curve in the middle. And I'm like, oh man, they are nice looking desks. I really would like to get a couple. It would take a lot of work to maneuver everything that I just got maneuvered in here, but It'd be nice desk to have. It's like, man, if I just actually had just, about 4 more feet of room on one side or the other of this area, I could use 4 of them. I like my benches here. But these desks are kind of nice how they adjust, and I could fit them in, and you could almost make a little capsule of them, or you could have them look like a little plus sign. They're a really nice desk. I'm hoping I can get a couple, but we're gonna see. That's the way. If I had my own trailer that was open and could fit them, I'd probably already have went and got them. But I've got to find somebody that's got something that can do it in, and I want at least 2. So I got to find somebody that can do the hauling for me. My phone is still beeping at me. It's going to drive me nuts if it keeps doing it all stream. Thought I'd shut it all off. But I hope you're having a good night, Barb. Having a good week. Good to see you. Just sitting here farting around with Chief's inlay. I did have it spread out at the beginning of the stream. Might do it here at the end too. It kind of depends on how things go. It's one of those days. It's been rainy for a couple days now. I'm just kind of uggy. And it looks like it's going to be that way for the next quite a bit, to be honest with you, looking at the forecast. I don't necessarily mind the rain too much, but after some days it gets a little, And then it's just going to make everything grow, so then I got to go take care of all that. Play around. It's like I want to tear up all the grass and put down some AstroTurf and just go out there and vacuum it. And it's like if I want a garden, I need they talk about raised gardens. I need like a double raised garden. I was like, I don't want any bending over anymore. It needs to be, 3.5, 4 foot tall, where I can just kind of, and not 4x4 square. I need like 2x4, so I can just walk around to either side and be done with it. Then I might do some farming, some gardening. That is, if I can keep things alive, because I cannot keep plants alive unless it's poison ivy. That crap I can't seem to kill. Every year I battle it. I got to mark that off. It's off on the line 145. Got enough of a yard where we could do some type of gardening, but yeah. Like I said, I have a hard time keeping things growing. Even grass. I seem to have more weeds than anything else. I can keep those stupid things growing. Flip over. Quick checks around. Oh, you came out from under the desk. I was wondering how long he's going to stay down there. Big boy. I will say too, the ER place where we had to take our cat last Thursday had a concert. That's why we didn't stream, but then it was just a whole craziness even during that and after the concert. We lost our sugar baby, but we got a card in the mail today from everybody that was working there, and they did these little paw prints that of her and sent it with the card. It was really cool. Little nose print. I wish they were a full-time vet, to be honest with you. That's where Marble had to go when she was sick just a couple months ago, and they were so much better than our normal vet that we've been using for 30 years. They've had a bunch of new vets, though, coming into the place we've been going, so slowly looking for some new places around here. Well, we know what we'll go to if we need the ER vet at night, but yeah, my phone's gonna ding-a-ling here. It's gonna drive me bonkers. I'm gonna have to go grab it. Should just bring it with me, but it doesn't hardly ever really ding-a-ling, really, to be honest with you. I don't use it for much. I don't have very many apps on it. I'd still be using the flip phone if it wasn't for needing like a card reader for doing events. I miss my old flip phone. But like I said, if you guys are just joining us, I did have this stretched out at the beginning of the video. I don't know if you can, while you're watching, go back in the video till later or not, but I did have this stretched out to where we were. Should be ending up closing up the H here, I think, next line or two. We're already starting the top of the C, just the outskirts of it, but it's there, it's showing, it's peeking in. And then after I get, like I said, I think I got 30-ish lines of the nothing after the C, just kind of filling in the rest of the end zone area with just a bunch of green, a little bit of white here and there. I think that'll be the most, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it done with the C, but then just get that tedious part there at the end is going to be kind of a bummer. So like, is it ever going to end? Line after line, same thing. That's how it started. Once I got into letters, it started feeling pretty good. And then the holidays hit and kind of changed all that around, so. But I'm ready, like I said, to get into the next project. It's going to be a portrait one. And those I have a little more fun with, just because of the, it's not so much, it is still monotonous because of, you know, just going through, but at least it changes it up. You're using more than just kind of, you know, green's the dominant color in this project, obviously, for a football field, so. Did I grab? Okay. Thought I grabbed another one in there. Well, like I said, don't forget to give us the likes and shares and thumbs ups and hearts and whatever emojis and all that good stuff. Let us know, you know, get us pumping out there and let people know we're out here. The more the merrier. Glad to have everybody that does stop in, either, you know, just for a little bit's all good. If you stop in and hang out for a while, whatever you can do is all good. Just trying to have some fun and do some chainmail. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments. I'm not seeing any, but like I said, it always depends on the day with Facebook. Drove me again nuts again today when I was trying to upload the flames, laser etched flame scales and tags. Let me go through the process, and it showed me the post button at the bottom when I first started. Let me do all my text. No problem. I had a post button there. Start uploading pictures, and when it starts uploading pictures, it kind of disappears the post button and says, cannot post while video or pictures are uploading, blah, 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 blah. And so you have to sit there and wait for that all to get done. And I was like, well, before I've been sitting here, and sometimes my pictures can take a while to get uploaded. Fine, so I ended up leaving for about 10 minutes, going upstairs, did some things, came back, and it was still everything, all the pictures were uploaded and everything like that, still no post button. So then I had to just go through the whole process again within the post manager thing they have, and that thing just drives me nuts. It's got all these extra links so you can send things to other places and Instagrams and stuff I don't have, and I'm like, I just want to post easily. That's all I want. I don't need all this craziness here, guys. That's Facebook. Making it more difficult for you every day. And now I'm going to start getting in trouble because I said bad things about the Facebook. Okay. We'll go with the... Okay, so yeah, this is really closing up the H. There's only one red left. It's looking a little ahead. Alright, try to back out. Let me pull it down towards me a little bit more here. Keep getting my head starting to show up in there, I think. I never know till I watch the videos later. If I watch them. Here lately I haven't had really a whole lot of chance to, because just everything else going on. I always say, look forward to certain months to think that it's going to be a slower time, and it never is. Normally my January, Februaries are pretty slow months, but I've actually been pretty busy. Which is good. I'd rather be busy than not. And it's nice to veg sometimes, don't get me wrong, but... Alright, so we're up to there, so... 2 white, 1 red. That's a little... Closing that H up quickly. Thought it'd take 2 more lines to get it done. Well, there might be another... Yeah, there probably is another little bit of white touch to the edge here on the next line coming back. And I have to start thinking of another medium project here pretty quickly, because the tic-tac-toe board is coming together way quicker than I was expecting it to. In white. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Part of it is I did get some extra work done on it at times over the last couple weeks. Just because I could stop by real quick and, not have to worry about the cameras being on. And it was sitting out with all the stuff ready to go on the other side of the table, other side of the workbench. So it's just like, oh, okay, I can give you 20 minutes here real quick. A little 20 minutes adds up throughout the day when you do it, a dozen times. So it came together a little quicker than I really planned on it. I always try to keep my medium projects where I only work on them during the stream, but sometimes I can't help myself. Depends on what's sitting out, what I'm working on, what orders I have. And then sometimes certain things just like, hey, work on me. And so, I can't deny it, if the project's saying, hey, I can't help it. I just have to. This one had to call in, but then the call-in kept going away, then it'd come back, then it'd come away, go away. It's the one after this that's already starting to call, which is driving me even more nuts. It's like, Come on, get on through there. What is your problem? You're only going through 2? Okay. Acting like I had a 3rd ring in there somewhere. Oh. Enjoy carrying mail with me those spare moments for a few rings. By the end of the week, I have a pile of finished pieces to toss on the pile. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't miss too much out of there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Building more 24G tonight. How folks doing? Doing pretty good. Hope you're having a good time, John. Glad to have you join us. Working on some 24 gauge funness, huh? What kind of weave are you just working on the wire, getting rings made? Your ring making machine. I love my ringinator, but you outperform my ringinator whenever I'm, if I'm making up my own stuff, doing things in BA or stainless and stuff like that, it's something different. But when I'm working with all this aluminum, not need making up my own bright aluminum. So, all right, next one, 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I pulled out the correct amount. But I hope you're having a good Thursday too, John. I know we've had John the Bard here. I know I've had a few others pop up and down, but good to see y'all. Trying to make it a good Thursday. This is pretty much the end of the H. We'll start cutting into doing the top of that C finally. Like I said, we already got a little bit in there, but I just like the 24 gauge saw cut. Too much kerf is removed and the rings become this squid of connected junk, making more horn one for a larger band. The ring was neat and feels so neat, so need to make a larger piece to play with. Yeah, once you get down so far, I think that's part of, why I don't want to go too small. The 3/32 20 gauge is pretty much like that too. I mean, it's such a low AR anyway, though. Not a whole lot you can do with it. I don't know what got me in the kick one time on an order. I just, give me all the colors you have of this. And I have done nothing with it. Actually, I do use them a little bit. I use them as connectors to hold the pieces here and there on. When it comes to any of the decorated up chain-ins. We've got to put a shield on or something like that. Sometimes I'll use those little ones for that, but AR 342 on these. Well, yeah, because it's so thin. But it is cool. It's kind of like the bracelets we were working on last night. The smaller you go, the more the sleeker the feel of it, and, So I do like doing the candy cane cord and 20 gauge and round mail and 20 gauge is pretty good. I like the feel of it. Haven't really, well, I guess I did go down to, I had 22 gauge, I had some sterling silver. I made the wife a round mail out of that 22 gauge sterling I had. It turned out pretty good, but Horn 1, Hoodoo, UV, ladder, Benzine so far work out well on this AR. Yeah. It might be a little too tight probably for doing the Turkish round mail that I was working on last night. Seemed like 3.4 and up to round, just under 4 was the best. Alright, so now we're on to 12 white. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is the start of the C over here, the second row of the C. And then it'll start showing some red on the next line coming back, I would assume. Because our border is 2 rings wide. Round mail is like a snake, an amazing feel. Yeah, I like round mail. It's a bit of a ring hog, and very time consuming if you go with the smaller rings where it definitely feels better, you know. I got a kick out of doing that Turkish round mail. I was like, I built it, but I've made no pieces of it. I had no pictures of it, and I'm like, but I have done it at some point because I looked at the picture going, okay, yeah, I've done this. I know how to do this. But I don't have anything that shows that I've done it, so. Even in my books, when I write down stuff, and only time I could find it anywhere mentioned was on a piece of an inverted round mail page that I had written up. And I think I might have played with it then. And but just never took it any further. I just continued to work on an inverted capture at the time. I have 22 gauge 1/10 inner diameter for my everyday wear of round mail. Lasted 9 years. Sweet. Stainless steel, I'm assuming, since you like the stainless. Is that going to be right? Yeah, okay. I had a count off somewhere there for a half second. Yeah, I'm trying to decide on how I want to do my own. I haven't made myself a bracelet since this one I'm currently wearing. And so that was probably 6 years ago. And it's like, I want to get it stainless. I do know that. I'm trying to figure out what kind of weave I want to do for myself. Too many of them I like, but I don't want it to be too bulky, but I want it to be, you know. Probably got back in the screen there. I-308 stainless alloy. Silver would have been worn away at 22. Yeah, the skin. Chemistry. Strip anodizing off most things with my chemistry, yeah. Wife's kind of like that too. There are certain things that are just, you know, awful with her. That's why I normally go with the fine silver stuff for her anymore. Alright, we got those. So we're on to the, just finishing off. Normal green-white end. Yeah, but I'm gonna do me up a welded piece. I've been putting it off, and it's like I just finally want to do it. So like I said, don't make much for myself, so. And in a way, this thing I guess I'm working on is kind of for me, but, you know, it'll be out there for sale, but it's more for the business to show. Say, looky, looky, come in the booth, buy stuff. Make a stand of personal pieces to switch out depending on your feel for the day. Works well for my bracelets. Yeah. Well, normally I've never really been a bracelet guy per se. There for years I did a lot of woodworking and stuff, so it's normally never had that stuff on. Even watches, and I had been wearing my watch for the last couple of years, kind of got me more used to it. And it feels weird having anything on my right wrist though. I tried to put this over there so I could put my watch back over here, but it felt weird. So now it's like, I haven't worn my little watch in days. It keeps beeping at me like, you have no heart rate. You haven't walked any. Are you okay? I'm a hoarder, enjoy piling rings into shirts. All for me. Yeah, I could in a way, and I want to in ways, but I do. It's like, most everything I do, it's like I would do it for the business, so I can try to just, have fun doing it. I mean, it did start more as kind of a hobby business where, but I kind of enjoy doing the events and showing off some of the things. It's different, I mean, you go to certain places, you kind of expect to see chainmail, but I go to a lot of events where people don't expect to see it. And kind of gives them a different outlook on chainmail. Seems like I always have at least one person every event that's just like, wow, wow, wow. And I heard of chainmail, but I go to my locker at work for 12, 14-hour shifts, and I get to finally re-equip at the end of the day. Yeah. This thing actually, I haven't taken it off in about a week and a half now. Actually, I just keep taking showers with it, keeps it clean. I don't know why. Got into a weird feel, I guess. It's like I just feel like wearing it now, and that's why it has been having me think more about doing my own bracelet up in stainless. Too many weaves to choose from, though, is my biggest problem. Definitely going to weld it. I need to do a welding night. Tried to do one once. What happened? I forgot what happened. Why I didn't end up doing it. I have done no events since I started into micro mail and unlikely to pursue it further. So only folks that have ever touched the pieces I have made are my kids and my wife. Oh, that's kind of cool too. Yeah, I mean, I know eventually I'll have to stop doing events here. It's getting harder and harder to do them as I get older, but I do like getting out there and kind of, I'm not a people person, but it's kind of one of those weird things. It's like therapy, I guess, doing events. But sometimes there's always an event, where you just sit there and chat for an hour with somebody about, different things, and either they're into chainmail, have done it, and so you can kind of chat about things that they've done and you've done and things like that. Others have just never seen it and just want to kind of chat about how is it done and what kind of the background story. So it's kind of fun doing that. Makes the day go by. Was it the last event last year? I don't remember which one it was last year that had this guy, older gentleman, and he's into doing rocks and jewelry pieces with rocks and stuff, and he buys the pre-made stuff and all that, and he was just chatting about the different things. He was like, hey, you could use this with that, and what I do, and I'm like, yeah, there are a lot of people that do all kinds of different wraps and things for for rocks and stuff and chainmail, and use chainmail for the necklace parts and whatnot, and even the wraps. I mean, some do the wire wraps, which, you know, you've got me turned on to there, John, and I still got those popping up in my feed, just amazed at it. And I'm actually going to be trying a little bit with a twist for a project, I think, but I'm not sure yet. I've got an idea, but I just don't know how it's going to work, because like the few times I tried to do any kind of wire wrapping, it did not come out well. Let's just say the least. So I'm kind of debating on how I'm going to do it right now. But we're going to probably give it at least an attempt. I got to at least give it that good old college try, or whatever they say that is. I didn't go to college, though. Alright, that row is done. Row 145 on to row 146. So that means we're at 14,600. Yeah. 14,600 rings. As it stands now. Down the other way. Put back over there. Thought I already did. This will be 20,000 rings when we're done. 1/4 inch, 16 gauge rings. Kind of be interested to see how close my guesstimates were with my size. I don't know where my little piece. Got a little post-it sitting up here somewhere that I had my guesstimate on how much it would be at the halfway point. And so I'm kind of always been wondering how close I'll be to that estimate. That's why I kept it, but it's not right in front of me. But I did clean up everything, wipe some stuff down today, because you know, mess with chainmail, you get basically a bunch of glitter everywhere. So gave everything a quick wipe down today. Let's see here, what's going on this weekend? There was something I thought going on this weekend. Well, I guess it's tomorrow, but I don't have anything to do with that. But tomorrow's solos and small ensemble contest tomorrow. But my kid was in school, I'd be going to that to hear her solos. But and then it's next Friday. I've got the contest concert. End of April, their final concert. So yeah, I gotta move on. Actually, I'm probably gonna try to print up the DVDs this weekend. I've got some of the artwork done for them, and then I just gotta run them through the printer. And actually, I've never run the DVDs through my new printer yet. I made sure I got one that was capable of doing it, but I haven't tried to do it yet. I haven't tested that portion of the printer. Though I will say I already like the printer. It's an Eco tank, one of those that has big giant tanks, and oh man, it's kind of nice. A little slower than some others I've had in the past, but overall I've been pretty happy with it so far. But I guess the big thing will be how will it print the DVDs. That's always the process every year. I've gone through, I don't know, I've been doing DVDs for 16 years now. I've gone through 4 printers that can print onto DVDs. So hopefully this one will give me a few good years for as much as it was. I just like being able to not have to worry about buying tanks anymore and just filling these up. It's kind of nice that first round filling up. Didn't like the price to begin with, but so far I think it's going to be worth it. But we'll see how this first season goes on when I print up the DVDs themselves and then all the covers for the cases. See how much ink we'll use, and compared to what I would normally go through. Normally 4 tanks of red, magenta, whatever. Normally at least 2, maybe 3 black, and normally 2 of the others. 1 to 2, depending on how full I guess it was when I started, but that's about what I would normally go through. But yeah, I need to get some of those done this weekend for sure, probably. And printing out the covers, and I got to cut them. That's always a chore. Sit here. I will have to move things out of the way on my desk here, though, for that. That's normally why I put my paper cutter up here and start going to town. I could do a stream of me cutting covers. I could stream for about 3 hours probably to get through all of them I'll need to cut. It might not take quite that long, but I'm only doing 50 this year. Past year, some years I've done 100. There's one year I did, between 2 schools, I did like 250. And cutting out 250 covers by hand was, oh boy, that was hours upon hours. So I only got 50 to do this year, so it'll be a little easier on that front than when it comes to burning time. Oh, crud. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It's like, did I already screw it up? No. Where are we at in our time anyway? I hadn't even been paying attention. 50 minutes. So we'll get more done here. Alright, and then, so we're already getting into the red here, I guess. So it was 3, 10, 2, and 7. Okay. If that's what you say, you must be right, because I did you once that way. 3, 6, 7. But again, I do want to thank everybody. If you've gotten anything from this, like I've asked before, I don't want to push it too much, but go give us a review on Facebook or our website. Could use any of those to, we've only got a couple and had quite a few sales, but not a lot of reviews, so I'd like to try to start pushing some of those. I don't want to sit here and, offer things out to get reviews, but I'd appreciate any kind of reviews you can drop in and leave for us for anything you've gotten, be it laser etched items or chainmail items. Trying to improve my web area and get more people noticing that I'm around here and doing stuff. You can go back through and see that, I've been running my Facebook pages for 7 years now. There were some times there were I wasn't posting a bunch of stuff, but I was still doing stuff all the time. And I think that's one thing with the stream, is help make it known that I'm definitely always active. Because if it wasn't for that, sometimes they're, I don't like reposting the same pictures. I've done half Persian or full Persian 6-in-1 necklaces. Different colors, different lengths, but it's pretty much the same. So, I don't really like reposting those kind of things all the time. On occasion, if it's been a long time since I'd posted a weave, then I might, but for the most part, I kind of hate doing that, but I don't know, maybe I should. I suck at promoting, promotions, whatever, especially for myself. It always feels weird to me. It's just weird. Alright, and then we're on to 4 white. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're coming up on 2 rows because we were at the bottom of the H, I think is where we started the stream. So we've gone up and now we're coming back down, so that'd be 2 rows worth. Not bad in our hour. A lot of jibber jabber, and we didn't even start till probably 7 minutes or more in because we let it stay out flat and was talking. So I can call that a good cruising. We're going to keep going though for a little bit longer than that probably. I don't know. Depends on what we can get done here in the next 10-ish. A little more counting right now. That'll be the only nicer thing in a way when I get to the end of the sea, is not having to worry about all the counting. It's just the same thing. 15, 2, 4, 6. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and the one I dropped would have made 18. I would have had the perfect count again. I don't see it right offhand. I normally won't fight with those when I'm streaming. If I was not streaming, I would just have bent over and picked it up right then. But so I'll have to go, you know. It's normally what I do after stream. It seems like I'll drop at least one ring every night that I have to go search for. Always somewhere. They're not too bad. When I did spill my whole square container, 1/4 inch square rings, 18 gauge last week, and yeah, there's about 300, 400 rings in there. And I thought I had them all, but it does seem like every other day I still see one poking out from somewhere. I mean, I was down there crawling around on my hands and knees, looking, and I thought I had them all. And since then, I've found 4 more since then so far. So one was a surprise, but I don't know if it's me over time had kicked it or tracked it, but it was about, 15 feet on the other side of the room near the sink area. So it could have rolled, but I have more of a feeling I kicked it or grabbed it with my slick shoes. And quick looks around. Man, another night, I swear. I'm not sure. Hopefully the streams are looking good for everybody. Because I'm getting 0% and all green tonight. That happened Monday night too. Didn't happen last night, but I was still all green with like a 0.1%. So hopefully it's going good. I need to rewatch one of these one night again. Like I said, I haven't really done a whole lot of rewatching of my own streams here lately. I used to quite often to make sure things were going well, but then when things are going good, you kind of lay off and get a little lazy on some things sometimes. Most times it's alright, but sometimes it can come back and grab you. Bite you in the booty. Bite you in the booty. My hand is out, hopefully. As talked about it a couple days ago, I might try to start a hat dance stream where I'm going to, on Mondays and Wednesdays, since I use the head camera, face camera, whatever you want to call it, and go through all the different hats I have and some other oddity hats maybe that are around. I have a few kind of weird things that I could try different hats and just have a different hat night. Just for funs and giggles. Poos and smileys. However you want to say that one without saying it. And if you don't know what I'm saying, then you're probably good thing you don't know what I'm saying. That's the Whose Line Is It Anyway? I always get a kick out of that. I seem to watch that at least once a month. I'll go grab a few episodes and watch them a little bit because I get a kick out of some of those shows. Some of their episodes are just funny. A little wrong per se, but you know, still funny. Alright, and then 7 white. And that must finish off the rest of the H, I believe. No, I think there's a single one left on the other. 5, 6, 7. I don't know why it hasn't gone off a ton, but the phone is still going off over there. If it was something important, I think they would have hollered at me more by now. So what else? I did talk about a little bit last night. We've got a project coming up to link together a group I'm part of. We've got a package of stuff, and we're supposed to make something out of it. And there's really not a whole lot of rules from my understanding, per se, but it'll be interesting. I'll have to start using some brain noggin power here. Try to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Gotta figure out when we're supposed to be able to open it too. In a way, I'm looking forward to it because, you know, it might expand into... Because I don't think it's going to be all chainmail related. I wouldn't imagine. I'm not sure though. I don't think we're getting rings. I think we're getting things that we can use rings to make something with. That's what I'm imagining, but in my brain could be totally off. We'll see. Let's see here. Where are we at? We're just coming up on our hour. Let's go ahead and finish off with some more here. We're at our 2 complete rows for the stream, so I'm happy with that. Though I would still rather be happier if I was... Oh, another one. Another one bites the dust. Got 2 of them yet today. Won't have to find them. And green's the worst to find because this carpet is... I hate this carpet down here. It's a low mat. I mean, it's, you know, a basement that somebody carpeted before we bought the place. We ripped up the other half of the basement of this carpet. Actually, it was more of a fluff carpet over there. This is more of a real tight, low mat, green carpet. So green rings are hard to find on it because they blend in so well. It's not like they get dug into it deep because it is such a low mat type of carpet. But that's one thing eventually I want to come through is... it'll be a booger nowadays, but eventually I want to rip all the carpet out of this and put down the epoxy floor down here on this side too. It'll be a job, but I think it'd be worth it in the long run. The other carpet on the other side was bad. This carpet wasn't as bad. The other stuff was like a turquoise green, and they didn't do it over here either. But they didn't put any protective barrier between the concrete and the carpet. So you can imagine. Alright, the other side is a lot worse than this side is, so that's why we've done it already over there. I need to over here, but like I said, it hasn't been that bad. But I would like to eventually. Plus, then I could use my rolly chairs a lot easier. If I had my 2 big old L's and the carpet gone, a good rolly chair. Well, you know, if it comes down to that, then I need to have a remote-controlled wheelie chair where I can just back up and turn around, go around and buzz around the room, come over to the laser, back up, come over to the chainmail table. I'm into my remote-controlled stuff. So, where are we at here? An hour and 2. Not really, but it's about an hour, I guess, for the lead-in time. But I think what I'm going to do is get past the goal line here and just work some into my green up above, out into the field, and then stop somewhere in there, because I don't want to end the line unless I can continue. But like I said, I've noticed I can better control where I'm at if I mark down on my paper where I'm at, but stop in the middle or somewhere on the line, don't finish out a line. That caused me more problems because I was always unsure of exactly, did I really mark that line down? Did I not finish marking that line off, you know? And so I just kind of got into my own habit here fairly recently. I've done a lot of inlays here. Not as, I mean, some. I don't want to say, I guess, a lot. I don't know. I guess this will probably be, I'm not even sure. But it's just something I started running into. I would always have to do a lot of recounting sometimes. And I was like, what can I do? And it's like, let me just stop in the middle of the line instead of finishing off the line, because I always like to finish off the line. It felt better. But it seemed like I had to double check myself more often when I did it that way. So it's just kind of more of starting to get a habit of it now. So I'm just going to use up what green rings I have currently left out here. Stop in this patch. And my lines are already marked off, so it'll be a good stopping point. Because I doubt I will get any more done on this tonight. I would like to, but doubtful it will happen. But while I'm finishing this up here, I do want to thank everybody again for joining us. If you drop in for a little bit, you drop in for a while, you make a post, you don't make a post, it's great to have y'all here. If you're watching this later on any of our videos on Facebook or YouTube, even a while down the road, always give it a like, give it a share. Can't hurt anything, but I do want to thank you for all those too. I do appreciate it. All of those kind of help get us out there, you know. Little hearts, little thumbs ups, likes, all that good stuff kind of, you know, helps you in the algorithms. I wish I knew what they all were, but just let people know we're out there. We're looking to get to 500 likes on followers on Facebook. That's our next goal. We've gotten up to, I think we're around 320. Just recently got up to the 300 mark, so. But also, if we get more people start showing up during the streams and stuff, I'd like to start doing some giveaways. I'm looking at doing some other lasered stuff giveaways, even though, I mean, most of my streams are chainmail related, but I do think I'm going to do some laser stuff giveaways at times, so you'll just definitely have to keep checking back in, see what's going on, check us out. I need to give a shout out to Sean over at Mailworks. He streams around 9 o'clock my time, here in about a half an hour-ish or so. We're done there, so let me see if I can get an @ put in here quick enough. I like to sometimes put a link to his Facebook. It depends on the day. How's Facebook going to treat me? Badly. Why is it some days it wants to do it just fine and other days not at all? Mailing words. Oh, come on. There it goes. Well, last night it gave it to me in 3 letters. Tonight I had to go all the way into the W. But there it is. There we go. Clicky link. Mailworks. Go check him out. Sean over there at Mailworks. He does some... his streams are mailwork related, but his business is printed chainmail accessories. Really cool stuff. You'll have to check it out. And since today is Thursday, we will be back on Monday night. I don't think I'll have time for a stream this weekend, but who knows, who knows, who knows. Some days you get those little weird, creepy feelings, you know. But anyway, if I don't see you guys this weekend, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And we will be back on Monday night for Medium Project Monday and the Tic-Tac-Toe board. So, y'all have a great night. Peace.